And today I'm going to show you how to create a simple activity in Boom Learning. So you're going to go to www.boomlearning.com. If you have a school account, then you can sign in that way. If you don't, you're going to need to join. There are different options. The free one, I'm not sure you can create anything with, so you would need to buy one that allows you to create. So whether you're an educator or not, you have two choices, student or educator. If you want to create something, you're going to have to choose educator. So we're going to click on it. Then you can sign in with your email or username. If you created it that way, if it's a school one, you may need to sign in with Google. If your school uses Clever, you can sign in through Clever. And that one it will pull your Clever classrooms in, that type of stuff. I don't use that. I use the top one, just sign into the email or username. And then you're going to come over here to, at the top, you're going to have classes, library, reports, store, and studio. And it's probably going to open on classes or library, but I want you to click over here on studio. And then you have decks here and images. When you create activities in Boom, the easiest thing to do is to have images already in there and not to have to hunt for them. So we're going to do one today with numbers. So I'm going to show you one of the easiest ways to get some images. Okay, so if you go to Teacher Pay Teacher, if you don't know what that is, then you can always type in teacherspayteachers.com and create an account. So I know that this person called Bunny on a Cloud has a free activity that has some numbers, so we're going to go down and get it. So there are some letters if you want those, but I know they have a number activity. So here is some numbers. They also have one if you want to do colors today instead. You could do like markers or something like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to download those images. So click on the download button. You're going to save it in a folder on your computer, and then I'm going to show you how to pull them into Boom. Okay, so now we're going back to our Boom account. So here is where there's one that says images. You're going to click on images, and then you are going to upload the images. Now I suggest if you're first starting to create a folder that says like numbers or letters or whatever it happens to be, that way you can tell what you have some kind of organization to it. So you're going to click upload image. It's going to ask you to find it on your computer. So you're going to find wherever folder you put it in, you're going to click on them. If you click on the first image and then the last image, it will only do 25 at the time, but you can pull them all in at one time. So click on the first one, hold down the shift button, click on the last one, and you can upload them all at one time. And it's going to give them whatever name it said in there. That's one reason you want them in folders, because it may not name them. It may just name them like this, slide 1, slide 2, or something like that, and then you wouldn't know what it is when you go to search. So now I want you to do that. After you get those uploaded, we're going to go back over here to the studio button. Now we're going to go to decks, and we're going to click on new deck. Okay. So if you wanted the image as a background, this is where you would pull in the image as the background. It's going to put it as the background on the page. This one is if you already have a card created, that will make a copy of it. So let's say you're doing like today, we'll use that one in a moment, and this would delete your card. If you want to make a template card, you can put it up here. It's going to make all of your cards template. I don't do this unless I know every single page is going to be exactly the same, because sometimes I get in the middle of it and then I'm like, oh no, I want to add in an ending page or whatever. And you can't really do it very well without having to delete all the things off of the page, because it's going to put them all on here and you're going to have to go delete them all. So what we're going to do first is we're going to just put some text on it. Because remember, we're creating just a simple identification activity. So we're going to put some text that says point to the number. Okay, and this is going to be a matching activity, so I'm going to put the number 4 there. So now if you want, this is kind of like Microsoft Word or PowerPoint. If you want to change this, you can come up here and change the color. You can change the size. You can make it bold. You can make it italics. You can change the font. So maybe I like that font better. And some of your fonts are going to be a little different. So see, that would make it really big. That's a little too big. Now you can take and resize this if you want to. And if you're like, oh man, this is not in the center. While this part is highlighted, you can scroll down here and click on center, and it will center it horizontally in your page. Now let's say we want to make the background black, because I have students I want the black that they see better on a different color. You can come down here, see where it says background, click on color, click that and click apply, and it will change the color of the background. Okay. So now we're just going to get some buttons. This is going to allow us to make a right and a wrong, give a right and wrong answer. So I create one button. I remove the word off of there. I don't like to have the background on mine because I like to just I like to be able to see the actual picture better. So I come over here and I'm going to click on transparent and click apply. Oops, sorry. See how there's an undo button? You can undo that. That's because I did not have this button clicked. So it was doing it to the whole page. So come over here to this button, click on transparent and click apply, and see now you can see that. You can do the same thing with the border. If you don't want a border around it, then you could, or maybe you do want a border, maybe you want a yellow border, and you can change the size of the border like this. Okay. So once you get your button looking like what you want it, now we are going to duplicate it. So highlight this button, and then we're going to click on the word duplicate. And now you have two buttons. And if you're like me and you want them to be exactly in line, you're going to highlight the one you want that's in the right spot. Highlight the second one. And you're going to scroll down here to where there's a line and click on the top. Now they are aligned correctly. Okay. Now we're going to click on the first one, and we're going to click down here on where it says background image. And it's going to pull these up. And if you're like me and you have them organized, then you can go down, or you can search like this. You could say 4. And hopefully, see, mine is not going to do it very well because that's why I have mine organized, because I have too many images in here. So we're going to go down to math, and we're going to go to, I have Bunny on the Cloud up here. I think I'll have it in here. Oh, there it is. I have it this one. And then I have it by colors, and so I want it to be red. Now, I think I purchased this one, so it's going to be a little different than yours. So we're going to pick the number 4. And then this one, I want it to be 6, maybe. So now I have 2 buttons. But if you look closely, when you click on this button, you can't really see it by here now. You can see there's a slight green outline right there. So you can see a slight green right there. That means it's the right choice, correct choice. This one is the wrong choice. I mean, this should be the wrong choice, but if you look, it's got green too. So you're going to need to click on it. And see how it says answer options and it shows correct? You're going to click on wrong. So this one is right and this one is wrong. If you want to check out your activity, then you go up here and click preview. It says point to the number 4. You click on the 4 and it should go. If it says you did not choose all the correct answers, or it gives you that message, that means you have both of them correct. You need to go and change this one. So now, since we're going to say we want to do the numbers 1 to 5. So you can take this, see how we have this page right here? You can come up here and copy it. Then you can come to this next page. You're going to change this to say number 6. Now you want the 6 to be correct. You want to change the image on the 4. So this one now, it needs to be wrong. Then you're going to come here. You're going to just copy it again. Now we can say we're going to change it. Oh, I said 1 to 5, didn't I? Okay, we're going to say 1 to 2. However you want to do it. I'm not going to use this anyway. But, and then let's say you want to change this side now. So you could say 1. And there you are. So you just copy them. If you want to let's say I have done 1 to 10. And I go, you know what? Now I want to add a video to reward them at the end when they get done. I do this a lot. This is why I don't use template cards. So I come down here. I take this button that says video. I drag it to the middle. I'm going to go to YouTube. I found this one here. You just go to YouTube and search. I found this one. I'm going to copy that. Move that off the screen again. I'm just going to paste that in here. And there we are. Then we're just going to resize it so it fits the screen. So now if we look, if we preview, we can preview them. Before we do that though, there's one thing we need to do. You can have them random or you can have them in order. If you want it random, you can't really add this video at the end because it's not going to leave that one at the end. The video may appear in the middle. You may have like this one and then the video and then this one. If you wanted to put the video at the beginning, you can. You're going to come up here at details. Let's say you had a title card. Then you can come up here where it says play. See where it says random and sequential. So if you wanted a random and you had like a title or a video playing at the beginning, then you just put don't shuffle to ever how many pages it is you don't want to shuffle. And then it will shuffle everything after that. But for me, I'm going to choose this because I want my video at the end. Okay. So then I'm going to click off of this. So now I can make sure I click on the first page here again. I'm going to preview it and see if it works. So point to the number 4, point to the number 6, point to the number 1, and here's my video. Whew, that was a little loud. Okay. So now you can go back out of it. Now we need to give it a name so that you can find it. So you can come up here and say number identification 1 to 10 or whatever it is you did for yours. Now, you can, if you want an image, for me, the easiest thing that I do is I take this page right here and I just snip it. So whatever snipping tool you use, you just snip this page right here. You're going to save it and save it in a, you can save it in a delete folder because you're not going to really want it over and over. So you can say, there's a delete folder, and you can say title, whatever you want to call it, so you can find it. Then you're going to click on the details again. Click on this little, click on this little arrow, and then you're going to need to go back to your home, and then you're going to upload the image. And I do it by dates. It's in here, I think. There it is. And there it is. That way it's very easy to tell what your activity is. That's how I do mine. You can do it however you want. Now, if let's say you wanted to add some sound because you want this to not be a, don't want it to be matching, you want it to be where it says point to the number and they click on it. So you want to do that. You can take sound, put it right here in the corner. You can use this voice recorder and you click start. Point to the number 4. You can listen to it. And you're going to upload it. You can give it a name. So like if you want to make a lot of number identification ones, like one you want the numbers to be red and one you want them to be yellow, and one, then you could save this and use it over and over. But you're going to point to the number 4. If I do this, see how that's black? Then they can't really tell it's there, which can be great. But if they maybe they didn't hear it, they want to hear it again. So if you'll come down here and just make it yellow or whatever color, see now it turns it where you can see that and they can tell, they can click on it. So there we are. And now you can add the sound to every one of them. If you want to, this is one place where I do use the template card. I will, instead of creating that sound here, then I will create it on the template card, like this. Oops. Oh, I'm in the video, not sound. So delete that. The sound. And then I'll come up here and click the number 4. And then if you put it where you want it, because I always like it out of the way, then now you're not going to see it on that one, but you can tell. See, there it is on this one. So then you would come up here, put the black, brown, is yellow, so you can see it on all your cards. But see now how I put them on there? And so then what you would go to do is you would go I'm not going to go to this one because I have the original one in there. But if you come to this one, if you come down here, see it says a number 4, then you would just click right here to change the sound, and you would put whatever else on there. So like this one now is going to say, okay, that was a bad recording. But then you can change them that way, which is a great way to just change, easily change them, especially if you have something that says, you're just going to say, point to, like you just want to add, like maybe it's a point to the letter, and you have a matching activity, and like right here it had like the letter A, and then 2 choices down here, and so you just want it to say point to the letter because they're going to look there. Then if you do it on the template, you don't have to change it every time because it's going to put it on every single card. So if it's something that repeats like that, then you could just make an audio. And the way the audio works, you can, I'll go up here to the template one and show you. When you're clicked on audio, if you have it on autoplay, then when they click on the page, it's going to automatically play the sound. If you don't have it on autoplay, then it's going to, they're going to have to click on it. So I always click autoplay for mine, and then you will, this is probably going to say it twice. Let me delete one of these. Okay, so now we're going to preview. See, that's a horrible recording. So I think that's probably everything for a very basic one. Trying to think if there's anything else you might want to do. I can show you a click and drag and some of those things, but first we'll just do this simple one. So have a wonderful day.